Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Mr. West's Neck of the Woods. April 15th is right around the corner, and as many of you know, that is known as Tax Day. Well, Mr. West had a pretty interesting story to tell you about taxes. This year, we turned our taxes in, and we got contacted by the IRS that they wanted to do an audit. And so went to my lawyer, got my lawyer, and then went into the office of the IRS and began to kind of go over the audit with them. As we sat down and was visiting with the IRS gentleman, he said, "Mr. West, I noticed that you have a lot of money, a lot of funds. You gain a lot of money, you lose a lot of money, and for somebody that's in the business that you're in, it's not usual. So, is there any way you could explain some of these issues that you have with your finances?" And I told him absolutely. Not very many people know, but I'm an obsessive gambler. And the taxman said, "Well, I mean that's normal. There are a lot of gamblers in the world today. But gambling really shouldn't have anything to do with the finances that I'm seeing with your returns. And can you kind of explain, how that could be tied to your gambling?" And I said, "Absolutely." I said, I'm kind of an eccentric gambler, and when I win huge, and when I lose huge. But most of the time, I win. In fact, I looked at the IRS guy and I said, "I bet you $1,000 I can bite my left eye." And he looked at me and he said, "You can bite your left eye?" And I said, "Yeah." Well, he thought that was a pretty safe bet, so he said, "Go for it." And so most people don't know I have a fake left eye, so I pulled my left eye out, put it in my mouth, and I bit it. Put it back in, and the IRS guy, he just shook his head. I cannot believe that. So he lost $1,000, and I told him, "Hey, I'll bet you $1,500 that I can bite my right eye." He looked at me and he said, "Well, that seems like a pretty safe bet because you walked in here without the aid of a cane or a seeing eye dog. So I know that both eyes aren't fake. So yeah, show me that you can bite your right eye." Well, most people don't know this either about me. I have false teeth. So I pulled my dentures out, came up, bit my right eye, put them back in. He just lost $2,500. And the IRS guy was like, "Okay, I get it. And I told him, I said, "Hey," I said, I want you to, I don't want to leave a bad taste in your mouth. And so I want to give you an opportunity to win your money back. And so let's go double or nothing. And I bet you that right here in your office, I can stand against the wall. We're going to take your wastebasket. We're going to move it to the other end of the room. And I can stand on this side of the room and I can pee into that wastebasket and not get a drop on the wall, on the floor, anywhere else. Everything will be in that wastebasket." He looked at me and he said, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 51 years of age." He said, "I'll take that bet." He said, "There's no way a 51-year-old man can stand on one side of the room, pee all the way on the other side of the room without getting anything on the floor or something. There's no way." He said, "That's a safe bet, double or nothing. I'll take your bet." So I went ahead and moved that wastebasket all the way to one side of the room, came over to the other side. I stood right next to his desk, and I got prepared. I started to aim toward the wastebasket, and then I turned and I peed all over his desk. I peed on his chair, I peed on his papers, on his pens, on his pencils, the whole 9 yards. That IRS guy, he jumped up. "Yeah, yes, I told you that you couldn't do it. I told you couldn't pee into that wastebasket without getting something on everything else." My lawyer's sitting over there on the chair and he just drops his head and just shakes. The IRS guy looks at me and goes, "What's your problem?" He said, before we came here, he bet me $25,000 that he could pee on your desk and you'd be excited about it. And as always, peace out from the West.